Are entrepreneurs born or made? This paradigm-shaping question was answered by an innovative contest organized by Accelerated Learning Systems Limited in partnership with Enterprise Development Center (EDC) and sponsored by GE Africa during the Global Entrepreneurship Week at the EDC premises in Lagos on November 21, 2016. The event was the GE University's Entrepreneurship Competition, a business simulation-based competition aimed at developing employability and entrepreneurship skills in Nigerian university undergraduates. From the initial pool of 20 universities who took part in the qualifying series, 5 emerged as finalists in the competition. They were Babcock University, the University of Lagos, the University of Ilorin, the University of Ibadan, and the American University of Nigeria, Yola. Participants from the 5 universities spoke about their preparation and expectations from the competition.
My name is Oladile Opeyemi. I'm representing the University of Ilorin for the University Business Challenge today. Well, I really don't see it as a competition, just as an opportunity to showcase what we've learned in class and our ideas. Well, we are hoping to win the competition though, and I hope we do. But whoever wins, kudos to them.
What my team and myself are expecting for today's competition, we've already run some of the strategies previously from our school, so we know what we are supposed to do. But since it's a competition and it's their live simulations, we're expecting the competition to be a little different, for there to be a little spice up, but yet we are ready for the competition. We'll actually expect everything to still be real fun and for us to learn a lot from this experience.
To commence, the lead facilitator, Mr. Segun Shogbamu from Accelerated Learning Systems, gave an overview of the competition and how the finalists emerged.
All right, so welcome to the GE University Entrepreneurship Competition, all right? And particularly for the participants that are here, I'll start by saying, please give yourselves a round of applause. You have gone through a series of tests, exercises, practices, and today you're all here amongst all the universities we actually had coming up for the competition, all right? And because we are here, it shows, of course, that you are really, really good. And, of course, we appreciate your presence here. But, of course, we wouldn't have had this session here today without the generosity of our sponsor, GE. And I would like you to also give GE, please, a round of applause. The team selection, I'll come to other information on GE later. But the team selection process essentially has been such that we've actually gone to different schools, all right? And they had a week-long online competition, which everybody participated rigorously. People asked questions. I learned some people even contacted textbooks to understand some concept before they actually went on board, all right? And then today, you are all here because 5 of you have actually gone through and then you came out to be able to represent other universities in Nigeria that have actually done well on the sessions, on the simulation sessions. Now, the next we need to actually talk about is to speak on, to call on rather, our sponsor, right, to give a brief intro, the motivation for which they actually decided to give into the Nigerian students, the Nigerian university, Nigerian education for sponsoring this program. Please help me welcome Ms. Patricia Obazwa from GE.
Ms. Patricia Obozwa, GE's Director of Communications and Public Affairs in Africa, then gave an insight into the sponsor's social responsibility activities and the rationale behind the sponsorship.
All right, I tried to talk as loud as possible. I'm Patricia Obozwa, Director of Communications for GE across Africa, and I'm very pleased to be representing the company here. Indeed, very pleased to sponsor this competition. And GE is the world's premier digital industrial company. We're in oil and gas, rail transportation, power generation, distribution, healthcare, and we have a big digital business that spans across all of these things. And we're in aviation as well. So we have been in Africa for a very long time, over 100 years, but it wasn't until about 5 years ago that the company made a decision to really invest more in emerging markets. And of course, Africa and Nigeria as part of Africa is a very, very important country for GE. And one of the things that we decided to do from the time we made that decision was to really go deep into building skills in Africa, and of course, Nigeria being a part of that. So while we have programs within GE, leadership programs, where we build a pipeline of leaders, we also have an early career development program where we take people fresh out of university and get them to start learning skills that can take them into leadership programs. But we decided to take it a bit further and start looking at what can we do to develop the skills that are needed even before people get into the workforce. And this really is a really, really good way of bringing that to life. So we have a social responsibility program called GE Kujenga. Kujenga is a Swahili word, and it's a program across Africa. And Kujenga means build. And we chose that word because we see ourselves, GE, as being partners in building a sustainable future for Africa. And how we do this is by building valuable skills. So we say we empower people by building valuable skills. We equip communities with new tools and technology, especially in healthcare. And we elevate ideas that are helping solve Africa's challenges. So a lot of innovative ideas that we support. Now, when I look at this program and I see the work that has come into this so far, you know, I see skills being built, I see innovative ideas coming to play, and I see people getting an opportunity that is one in a million.
Just before the finals commenced, participants were given the criteria by which their performance was going to be assessed by the chairman of the panel of judges.
We have 10 criteria, and the criteria are as follows. Communicating confidently, that is assertively, yeah. Market research that was done first, and appropriate interpretation of that research is important for us. Correct interpretation of the business department's data to guide strategy will be helpful. Being aware of customer needs and making appropriate adjustments is important. Working together as a team and decision-making as a team.
The judges for the competition were Mr. George Thorpe, panel chairman and a successful serial entrepreneur, Mr. Segun Ogbabemi, GE Senior Manager Brands and Communications West Africa, and Mrs. Nneka Okeriaru, Deputy Director, Enterprise Development Center. The Battle of Business Wits and Wisdom then kicked off with the live simulation competition as each of the 5 teams functioned as the management committees of virtual companies, making decisions in all functional areas of business and adjusting their strategies based on the results and impact of their decisions. The teams went into intensive brainstorming, which saw them engage in analytical thinking, strategic planning, and team working, which helped them to put business theories into practice, develop commercial awareness across disciplines, and display interpersonal and influencing skills as they debated options before coming to decisions that are certain to impact their bottom line. Afterwards, each of them gave a presentation to explain the results they achieved, what worked for them, and what didn't work so well.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Damlala Oshinawan, and I'll be talking about how we implemented our strategy. Yes, okay, Shemilore has clearly stated the objectives of the company, and we'll be talking about how we were able to achieve this aim. So we focused on three things: increasing customer base, reducing our costs, and increasing our staff morale. Now, under increasing our customer base, what exactly did we do? We ran research. We ran market research. We wanted to know what segment of the market exactly we wanted to cater to, and we did that with the road commuting section. Why we did that was because we didn't want to lose the customer base that Greenspokes had already started with the first 2 years. Also, we ran promotions. The reason for running promotions is our potential customers need to know we exist, so we needed to run promotions. In fact, we did aggressive marketing in the first quarter of our business. We had to put our products out there to let everybody know that we were producing a particular product. Reducing costs. We have to reduce the cost of running the company if we want to stay on top, if we want to make profits, and if we want to keep our cash flow high. How did we do this? We looked into our suppliers, then components. The lower the components we use to produce our products, the lower the costs of running the company. So the new product that we designed, even though it had better quality, it was also cheaper, because we did it in such a way that we used less components in producing this product that we had.
Furthermore, we also tried to revisit our decision, so as the sales decision. As I said, we had a massive increase from 203 to 60 units. And this was done because we changed our focus in manufacturing from using it inward to external manufacturing. And that contributed to the losses we experienced in those 2 years. So on revisiting those decisions, we realized we had made them wrongly. And so we together identified ways to which we could boast on that. And this we did by revisiting the request of our customers. And once we changed some of the things, we saw as the comfort of the bikes, as well as focusing on the weight, as some of the customers were involved, basically moving around rough terrains. And so the weight was light enough, causing them to have some discomfort in the end. We considered that, and we changed our focus, and that helped us make the more profit we made at time went on. Thank you.
The competition came to an exciting climax as the third, second, and first place winners were announced.
I would announce the result in the reverse order. The third position is University of Ilorin. For the second position, we are now looking at a head-to-head between Ibadan and Lagos. Maybe because you sit in the southwestern corner of the country that has the most business and industries. Maybe you have that environmental advantage compared to the other institutions. But obviously, we thought that you've done a good job. Do you want to shake hands first before I announce? The second position goes to University of Ibadan. And University of Lagos has come first. Congratulations.
However, all participants were regarded as winners due to the great improvements in their business thinking skills.
Thank you so much, my chairman. And I think we've come to the very end of the GE University's entrepreneurship competition. One thing I must say is that looking at all of you, I had to keep pinching myself and asking, are these really university students? I think, like Patricia said, you should all clap for yourselves. You've done very, very, very well. You've done very well. One thing I know for sure that this competition is going to do, the conversation we've been having in the entrepreneurship space is that increasingly we found out that what entrepreneurship will do, people keep saying it's going to stimulate the economy, but for us, it's going to change the mindsets of Nigerians. With entrepreneurship, there are two critical things that you will always learn and will always work for you in your favor, and that's logic and analysis. We can see the way your thinking has even changed. I'm very sure that people from other schools that didn't take part in this competition, if we brought them side by side and gave a different scenario, the way you would present, the way you think through will be totally different from them.
Okay, we came first today for the GE University's Business Challenge. And I must confess, we're very, very happy. We're very, very excited. We're very, very, we're very, very happy for this great position today. Okay, about the work that we put in for this competition, I will tell you, it's not been easy. It's not been a walk in the park, I will tell you, seriously. Because as you see us, we're all in chemical engineering 400 level, and we are doing our IT now. So we don't even have time to meet. We go to work every day. We had to meet after work like every day. Sometimes we sleep in this guy's house just to make sure that we get these things done. We stay awake like throughout the night to run this simulation to make sure we make profit and meet some target.
My name is Ferdinand Che. I'm the Associate Dean of the School of Business and Entrepreneurship at the American University of Nigeria. And for me personally, it is a fantastic opportunity to come here to see the focus that I think General Electric is really putting on entrepreneurship, which is right at the center of a lot of the activities that we are pursuing at AUN.
I am indeed excited about what GE is doing, because the concept of encouragement of entrepreneurial studies is a massive injection of differences into the academic and the training regime of Nigerians.
My name is Shegun Obagwemi. I'm the Communications and Public Affairs Leader for West Africa with General Electric GE. And also I've been very privileged today to have been part of the University Entrepreneurship competition sponsored by GE. But I think more importantly, this occasion signifies the commitment of General Electric to developing local capability within Nigerian youth. Particularly, it was good to see all 5 universities come out, display their understanding of what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur.
We are interested in developing skills for the Nigerian youth, skills that will help them to become employable and to be able to set up successful businesses. And we think that the use of business simulations and running competitions based on those simulations provide a very stimulating way to get this done. And this, I believe, has been proven this evening. We're also grateful that we have the backing from an organization like GE, who bought into the vision and sponsored this maiden event.
It is believed that this initiative will trigger a new attitude of developing business insights and strategies among youths, thus strengthening the economy of Nigeria and that of Africa.